Uno.
Hey!
Thank God it's Friday! Wait, thank God it's the weekend. Today is thank God it's the weekend.
Yeah.
Good evening to everybody. Today we are here to talk about something that happened around
Thursday?
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday. Yeah.
Thursday, and it was pretty impressive, I guess, the way that this child was able to, get her education for that day, and it was pretty. I liked it. I think it was a pretty good idea, I guess, and today we're here to talk about that. And today,
Who's gonna read that?
Ruby?
You gonna read that?
I'm gonna just say it.
It was just something that we got on the news. We saw on the news anyways, but it was all over, everywhere, every news.
Okay, so Miss Little Autumn Bright, our little local star, made the news because she rode her horse to South Lenoir. And the reason she said that she rode it was because I knew my mom and dad would be mad, and my aunt who stays beside us wasn't around. Bright said, I stay about 3 miles from school, and I felt like this was the only way I could get there. And for her to do that, I mean, would you actually ride your horse to school?
I don't think I would even ride my bike.
Yeah, I don't think I even want to do that. But I mean, where is this place at? Where is South Lenoir at? I think some people really don't know.
North Carolina.
Some people really don't know where South Lenoir is. South Lenoir is a high school that I'm thinking. It's really
It's
nice.
Lenoir County, right?
It's in Lenoir County, and it's located in Deep Run, in North Carolina. And I don't know what I'd say. I mean, the way that I did when I grew up and I went to school, if I missed the bus, I laid on bed.
We just stay home, play video games.
Yeah, I mean, do something,
Or
just
sleep.
walk around, or sometimes I try to get out and not be around home until it was maybe 3 or. Whenever I knew the bus came, whenever I knew that way, in case my mom or my dad came in early from work, they wouldn't catch me there. That was pretty slick. So I mean, that was
So that
pretty
was
brave.
That was something
the
that
girl.
probably I wouldn't do, just because just riding a horse.
Well, not everybody. Not everybody's country. You're not country. This young lady here is really brave, real country, and
She was just comfortable with her animal.
Yeah.
But would you have rode or walked to school?
Probably I would walk to school. That's
Would you have?
Well,
Did you
I mean,
ever miss
it
the
don't
bus?
say. I mean, it doesn't
if
say.
it's only 3 miles, I think I can do it.
Yeah, 3 miles. But where do you think she stays at?
No, that's what she said. 3 miles,
3
right?
miles.
It's
3
3 miles
miles.
from school.
I wouldn't have walked 3 miles.
But walking 3 miles, just walking a mile, it takes what, 15 minutes?
Well, at least I got an excuse to say, well, I lost the bus, but I walked to school. So if my parents tell me anything about it, I'll be like, at least I went to school that day, but I went to school.
I mean, I don't think they would care if you walked.
Yeah, I mean, they won't care that I walk. But I think that's something that I probably won't do. Probably I will ask for the neighbor for a ride.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. There's a lot of I don't know if I want to say it, but there's a lot of things, a lot of people you can't trust today nowadays. It's like,
No, but back in the day when you guys went to
back
school,
in the day, this is
how many-
2019.
how many-
There's a neighbor right beside probably somebody spying on a 3-year-old little girl or a 15-year-old little girl. I mean, it's just, you don't know. I mean, this is 2019.
Yeah, but you can't judge people just because.
Well, I do, because I don't trust them.
So you can be someone else's neighbor that
They don't trust
they
you.
don't trust you. So you.
It's like that
Well, I wouldn't trust myself either.
We'll be an untrustful person then to each other.
But I also read on one of the articles, it said that they were trying to get in contact with the parents so they could take their horse back home. Which
Yeah. So I mean,
I'm guessing that if
they
they
probably
weren't there to
had a
take,
horse trailer. I mean, you know, to
but
pick
yeah,
up
but
the
if they
horse.
weren't there to take her to school, her parents weren't around to take the horse back home at that time.
Yeah, that's
True. So I wonder, did the horse stay there for like until
For
the
the
parents
whole-
were available, like midday, afternoon, or
Well, what
Or
about?
maybe, what if
Or
she
the
rode
parents
the
had a-
horse back?
yeah, like what about she?
But that's what a lot of people ask in the comments. Why can't she just ride it back? But I guess it's more for like the safety of the animal. They don't have a place for it to stay. Which now that comes to another thing. Will they start building stables for the horses?
I don't
There's
know.
more people that would bring
Well,
horses.
I mean, like I said, I mean, this is a place where a lot of country people stay, and everybody wants to go the way they would like to do it. I mean, back then, when there were no cars, everybody had a horse.
Or walked?
Or a bike.
Or, I mean, you know.
I mean, if
I mean,
you,
there was nothing wrong. I mean, if you think something was wrong with her riding a horse to school, comment below and let us know.
but I don't think it was wrong. I think that it was good on you know, like that way everybody know how she's dedicated to school. Because most of us, they won't even go to school. I mean, we miss the bus. Oh well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do you guys miss the bus when you back in school?
I mean, at least it don't matter. I mean,
How many times do you?
this is a good thing. I mean,
How many?
hold up on your thought. Hold up on your thought.
Don't let me get
I
my
mean,
personal
how-
life out there.
How many
How many?
times?
How many? Because I never see that.
How many times do you hear that about a child riding her horse to school? Not all the time.
You don't hear that, and you
What
don't
you hear about is so and so student got charged with so and so, like the one in Craven County. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. There was a child or a kid, I don't know if it was like 15, 16, 17, I don't know, had a gun at school.
Cool.
Why would you bring a gun? I mean, there's a lot of things that has been going by, but you know, there's always a resource officer at the schools that if something was to go, you know, happen, they're the one that be in charge of protecting every child. I don't think it would be right for a child to be having a gun at school. I mean, because
I mean,
What about a horse?
what's wrong with the horse?
No.
The horse ain't got a gun.
I mean, and what about, you know, sus excrementos?
You gotta pick it up like a dog.
But who's gonna pick it up? Are you?
The girl.
The girl?
Somebody's
They're
gotta pick
used
it
to
up.
it.
imagine walking to school and then just stepping on a
Like,
pile of
be like,
crap.
ah, shh. Be like, what happened? Nothing.
And
And
then
it's like you walked into classroom and it's like,
What's that smell?
But you know, if you, like you said, it's 2019. Take a look of all the negative stuff that goes
Has
on
happened.
news because of shootings or
Just
XYZ,
I
something
think
negative.
somebody in
And now that's a positive thing that came out, and I'm glad she made it to
she
the
went
news.
to school. Like I said, she went to school. She did a great thing. It was nice. I mean, she didn't bother somebody because one thing I do is I don't like to bother people. And maybe she didn't want to bother somebody. Maybe she knew that mom and dad couldn't come out of work. Maybe.
Like she said, maybe if her aunt would have been next door, she would have been able to drive her, but nobody was around. So she did the next best thing she could, which was ride a horse.
Yeah.
I mean, you went to the store in the bicycle. So why you should?
I did a lot of things on a bicycle.
Like what?
I just.
But never went to
I
school.
went shopping. I went fishing. I went bike riding.
What about school?
Bike riding. And bike riding. Just did a lot of stuff with my bike. And I like my bike.
But did you ever go to school on it?
Oh, I
When you
forgot.
missed?
I forgot.
You was too far away from
Yeah.
to ride a
It
bike.
was too far. It was a little far, and plus, if I knew if I go fishing, there was water there when I got there.
So if you wouldn't have gone to school and would have stayed home, your parents would have gotten on you.
I mean, probably.
If I wasn't home.
You know, I kind of made it kind of had my plan, you know, because I was a pretty slick guy.
Did you ever miss the bus?
Who, me?
No, Ruby.
A couple of times.
Did you ever get a ride, or what did you do?
Sometimes I got a ride, and sometimes I just stayed home. Letting my mom on my progress report when I said that I missed so-and-so days of school.
It's like, nope, I was there. I was taking class.
Something's wrong with the computer.
Did she ever leave you?
Yeah, sometimes.
Well, that's good. But
But I think that was an extra thing that she did.
That was
to
really
go to school.
brave. That was really brave. And I applaud.
Like me riding the bus the entire years I was in school, they either get there really early and don't wait for you, or they're delayed. You never know when they're going to be on time or what time they're actually going to get there.
You know what really is, I don't know, how can I say it, messed up. Because, I mean, there was probably other kids that maybe thought it was ridiculous of her to ride a horse to school, you know? But other kids don't understand. They're not in the shoes that she is, you know? She missed the bus. Some of them kids are 15, 16, 17 years old. They already got a car.
Yeah.
A nice car, a nice truck. But because they have, you know, real supportive parents and
It's not so much supportive. It can be just.
Well, who do you think's gonna make that payment for that truck?
It doesn't mean they support you. It means they spoil you.
Well, yeah.
They got money. They got money to get a car, and her parents probably didn't.
But
now maybe with what she just did, maybe they'll earn her a car for next year. Cause she's just what was she?
Well, she's 15.
Freshman,
So,
right?
She's probably 15.
So-
So I mean,
She's
yeah, I can
probably
understand
about
that.
14, 15 just now. Getting her permit.
I know
15.
one time I missed the bus and I called my friend. My friend can't pick me up. So,
But do you went to
Did
school?
you go to school?
I mean, yeah, we went to school. Half a day. Half a day.
But like I said, when you're riding the bus, it's so hard to know when they're going to be on time.
And when it's cold, it's
You
cold.
You don't want to wait outside.
Yeah.
Freezing.
Yeah, you just can't wait for the bus to just come and pull in. Sometimes some of the buses, they do stay warm when I went to school. But I know
The one that I went always. I mean, in winter it was cold.
it was
It was freezing. It wasn't even cold. It was freezing.
even the bus driver. She had some gloves.
I know, right?
And, she had gloves, and she would just be cold like this.
But why does it make the bus too cold?
It's made out of pure metal.
Yeah, but I mean, if you really think about it.
There's some school buses that have heaters and ACs in them, but there's some that don't.
But I mean, if you really think about it, it's just kids while they're going to school. And on the winter, it's too cold. And on the summer, it's too hot. So,
Yeah,
I think that's not even cool, first of all, and everybody can get sick like that.
So they should
They should-
invest a little
yeah.
bit more in the buses.
Yeah, because those buses are really, really old. And like I said, if you wanted the first one, and it's winter time, it's cold. I mean, it's really cold.
Yeah.
Even if it's even colder than outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yo me llevaba una cobija.
Yeah,
My book, like one of those small ones, the $1 or like $3 from Walmart.
I remember almost every girl on the bus had a big ass comforter with a pillow on the bus. And they would get off the bus with that comforter and their pillow.
Well, not only the bus, they stay like that the whole school.
Mm-hmm.
And they walk around
Yeah.
with it too.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, it'd be cold and they'd be just walking around. I remember one time it was cold. And the bus was cold. It was probably in the afternoon. It was time to go home. And I remember, I hang around a lot of African American people. And, they're just good friends to me, I guess. But there was this guy sitting right beside me. And there was another guy sitting beside me. Again, African American. and the guy behind us had a lighter. He figured it was a good idea to spark the lighter on the man's head. And he was just, he had them, what they call cornrows, I think. They had the
that I heard
the
that.
cornrows,
Yeah.
what they call it. And he was just, and I'm just sitting right there like that. I just, I'm just like that. Next thing I know, his whole head said, it was on fire. And look, the guy his head was on fire.
He didn't even know. I bet he didn't even know.
He didn't even know his head was on fire. The guy behind us started beating the crap out of him. He started beating his head up. I'm talking about he beat the crap out of him. The dude was like, man, what is wrong with you, man? He was like, man, your head's on fire. Next thing you know, the whole bus smelled like, you ever burn your skin and it smells like burnt skin. The whole bus smelled like that. And the bus driver, she was like, what is that smell? But I'm telling you, that was hilarious. It was really funny. It was really funny. Like I said, I guess, I don't know, I guess whatever they put on their head,
Made it catch on fire.
Made it just ignite and be down and done. And it was funny. I'm telling you, it was funny.
It was funny for you, but it wasn't funny for the other guy.
The guy behind them was playing a lot. He was scared to crap. And this dude, he had no idea what the hell was going on. All he knew is that the guy behind him was beating the crap out of his head. He was beating the crap out of his head. And I was like,
did you get warm?
It was funny. And like I said, it was cold that day too. And you know what, the thing that made me kind of upset, I guess, the people in the back kept their windows down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, man, yeah.
Like, wow.
Like it's fucking cold and you have it down.
Yeah.
I don't know why they do that. I guess it's really, the heater back there is really hot. Could that be it?
Some buses didn't have the heat in the back. I know the one we rode, they didn't have the heat in the back. The one in the front, they had like 2 little vents for the old ladies.
But what about when they open the doors and everyone is back in?
Yeah, I don't know. You know how some cars have the heated steering wheels?
Uh-huh.
The buses need it. It would be. I bet
And
they probably have it
seats.
now. Yeah, I bet they have it now. I mean, but it costs us a lot.
So.
I think that it would be even better to have those buses that they used to ride from Charlotte to Raleigh,
Like
those,
a travel bus,
Yeah, I
rather
think
than a school bus.
Yeah, because those school buses really it's made of metal, pure metal. I mean,
Yeah.
it's not safe for the kids.
But
Well.
we're public students, so you can't have luxurious buses.
Well, I saw there was a picture that I saw the other day, and there were 2 pictures. There was a picture of public students.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a highway, right? It was a highway here and a highway here. A public student and a private school student. And they had like several obstacles for the private student. And they had a bunch of obstacles with like crocodiles and rocks. I'm talking about a lot of stuff. So I'm not really sure how a private school works. But I know how a public school works.
Yeah, because you went to it.
And I went to it. I'm just saying.
So if money will be no object, will you send your kid to a public or to the private school?
I've thought about that. What is that stuff where
Or you have the homeschool?
No, I would never have that.
You would not have homeschool?
Homeschool? No, I never did that. I don't know why, but I wouldn't. I think I would send him to what's that, Boy Scout, right? Boy Scout. Boys Scout. You
But
guys
that's
Well,
not
that's
a
from the
school.
summer, yeah.
That's a
no.
club.
I've thought about doing that, with my son.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I don't plan on paying somebody to go to school when there's a free public school.
So that's what I say. Will be,
If
if
money
money will be not
wasn't,
urgent,
yeah.
will you still send your child to public school, or you pay for the to a private school? I mean, you were rich. You were money's like.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I went to public school. And if I went to public school, my son going to public school.
Why?
Why? He can struggle like I did too.
I feel like a lot of people see that private school gives you a better opportunity than private school. But I think it really just depends on the student.
I had one time, I had a friend that, this is nothing to disrespect anybody, but I had an Amish friend. Amish, And he said that the girls, they go to school. But either way, they start them in high school. During the whole time they're in that school, they teach them, all the grades. And then they graduate.
What do you mean?
It's like, I don't know, they go to a short period of time to school.
Which will be a couple years, or a couple months, a couple
So
days.
when do
I
they
think
start?
you said 2 years or something like that.
So they only went to 2 years of school and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
And they graduate.
And they teach them.
I mean, honestly, I don't think we should take like 20 years to graduate from school.
Yeah. It really don't take a whole lot to teach somebody. Because, think about it. School really doesn't teach you a lot. Nowadays, I remember my teacher said, you're never going to make no money or you're never going to have a calculator right beside you.
No, yeah.
Here's my phone.
She was right.
It's
Not
like-
calculator. Now we have phone, the smartphones.
Yeah,
Now
it's
we
like
just say
you got-
Google or Siri.
Yeah,
and they
Google,
give
what's
us-
2 plus 2? I'm over here thinking it's 6. And then it says, no, dummy, it's 4.
And they're right.
And then look, you got a watch that has a calculator too, and you can
Smartwatch.
talk. Having a
So,
watch.
so now now that you mentioned the smartwatch. So how they gonna do math now? Before it was like no phone, on the desk. But what about if you have a smartwatch?
They
You
tell
have
you
to
to
take
take
it
it.
off.
They tell you to
You
take
take
it
it
off.
off. You can't
Yeah,
have
you
no
can't have no
electronics.
You know how before,
Really? But what about?
you know how before there was the watches that had the calculator on
Oh
the
yeah, with
watch?
the little numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
couldn't have that.
That was my favorite watch.
You couldn't have that in testing day. Like you had to take it off.
I didn't know. I didn't know that.
And I mean,
So now you can't.
so I'm
cheat.
pretty sure they take away your smartwatch because they took away those that weren't even smart. So
I mean, yeah, it makes sense, but now what about the Bluetooth?
What's the Bluetooth gonna do?
they can. I mean,
that
You just can't have no electronics.
I'm pretty
I
sure they're
understand
gonna
that.
be like,
But you can be
put
reading.
your hair behind your ear.
You can be reading. You can be reading and with commands now. You can request a question and you can
Yeah.
reply you though. It's gonna give you the answer. Like for example,
They
Siri.
need to make a phone that'll do your test for you. Be like, hey Bixby, do my test. Do my math homework.
Oh, it's done.
Yeah.
Okay, Mom, I'm done. Can I play now?
Yeah.
That's another subject. Homework. Like, do we really need homework?
Yeah. I mean,
I
I
never
feel
did
like
'em.
we don't, but
I
we
never
do
did 'em.
need like classwork.
I never did it because I felt like I never needed it.
until it was
What
school time.
What kind of homework do they give kindergarten kids? No.
Kindergarten. Right now they haven't given him any homework, but I know that in pre-K they had him basically do some worksheets
Like
like
the A, B, C,
ABCs,
his name.
numbers, colors, read a book, and just the parents try to help them understand which numbers go and the colors, just basic.
I mean, that sounds easy, but like once you get, into the other grades, it's like you have science, you have history, math, reading.
Biology.
You have like
too.
5 homeworks that one night.
Yeah, and then you're supposed to complete it by the next morning. How? Like,
You know how?
It's hard.
Don't do it.
Yeah, do it like in 5 minutes before you enter the classroom. Copy
Just
someone.
copy.
Or
Yeah,
copy somebody.
copy.
They actually did the work.
That's something
the
I
night
never
before.
did. I never copy somebody.
I just didn't do my
I
work.
just didn't do it.
Someone else did it for you.
Well, yeah, that. I got $5. I got $5.
But honestly, I don't think that they should put homework because
Look.
if you go to school 8 hours a day, 5 days a week,
You
only
still have homework.
and you
by
still
the
have
time you get
homework.
home. Yeah.
That's crazy. Now we're talking about the kids from all the way to middle school. But what about the one that go to high school already and they go to work after high school?
No. Do school really even teach you the things in life?
No.
Like how to do taxes, how to
No.
pay taxes,
no.
how to
fill out your W-2 form?
Yeah.
How to manage your money.
how to manage your
How
money,
to change your
how to
tire.
make money. It's just
So what are we
Basic
going to
life.
school for then? So what's the point to going to school
But
if you don't learn all that? I mean,
Because the government takes you away from your parents if you don't go to school.
I mean, just think about it.
so that your parents can stay home by themselves and do whatever they want while you're at school, and you don't bother your parents.
So just think about it.
I'm just saying.
When you got your first job, you fill it out by form that you have no idea how to fill it out.
Oh, a resume. What is a resume?
I
They
know.
teach you that in school.
What?
Where?
No, I never learned that.
Where?
Huh?
In high school?
Yeah.
I
They
never
were,
learned
they
that.
were supposed to teach you
I was
brief
applying for
on
a
it,
job
but
about
not an
2-3 years ago. I was
They-
applying for a job 2-3 years ago, and I fill it up, my name, my address, my phone number, and then it says please attach a resume.
What's the resume?
A resume is
And
basically
then they had a little,
all
and
the
then they had a little
information.
bar with an arrow. It says click, and then it said upload. I'm like upload. I'm like looking. Where's my resume? I got on my computer. I went to my settings and I put resume. Never found it.
You
It's
were
like
like, resume.
well, so then I said, I gotta change YouTube. Check it. What is a resume? Where is a resume on my computer? And then the girl started explaining
Like,
a resume,
dummy,
how
you
to
have
do a
to make your
resume,
own
so and so resume. And I'm like, oh, dummy. You got to make a resume.
Yeah.
Where did I buy the resume? Can I buy it on eBay?
Amazon.
It's like, I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking. I mean, like I said, I was
I
young
mean,
and
But they
But
do
it's
teach
true.
you in. They're supposed to teach you in English class in high school. They're supposed to teach you.
In high school, they only teach me how to read book. and
Look,
I fall
look,
asleep.
I'm gonna tell you the deal. I'm gonna tell you the deal, okay? When I was in high school, I never studied, never went to, never.
And you fail every grade.
No, I
Oh.
never failed. I mean, I never failed. The only thing that
You
helped
never
me,
fail.
the only thing that helped me, was Project Lead the Way.
What's that?
It's an engineer's class,
Oh.
and they took credits from there to put in my math class.
Ah.
That was like
That
was,
helped me.
That was like pretty smart of the counselor. I should have thought about that.
So
But I'm glad she
basically,
did.
you didn't ace, you didn't pass the class.
No,
They took
I-
credits from something else and added it.
They
So if you
said,
sucked at math, you still suck at math.
look, you gotta try to embarrass me in front of the camera. Don't believe her. Do not believe her. Don't believe her.
What does 4x4?
And they're like 8. Okay.
4
That
by
was a
4.
joke.
They're like 16. I'm just playing with them, but I'm not gonna tell him the answer because he just wants that so he can just keep it on his head. But either way, I went to school. I know I failed some classes, not the grade, the classes. Cause see, what I did was the counselor every time. I know for 9th grade and
She added
11th,
credits.
no, 9th grade and 11th grade, the counselor helped me out because and then
Cause you were
the
getting old.
the teachers were pretty
What
smart.
sign about that?
No, I mean,
Where did you go to? South Illinois?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
so,
I went,
yeah.
I
So
is
What's
a-
the working
So I kind of know.
no. I mean, it's just like No. The thing was that the counselor said if you got to make so and so on the test, the final test,
To pass
if
it.
you want to pass that class. So I said,
Okay.
and then I found, good friends. I said, hey, how you doing? Good. I'm doing. Hey, you want a copy? Look, I mean,
So you're giving these advice to students.
I'm
to
not.
go
I mean,
and
it's just.
copy.
It just
not,
what worked for him.
I'm not. It's just that there's a lot of ways you can get through.
So how would you feel if your
Your son
son
did that.
comes to high school and you get a call, sir, we need to speak to you because your son just cheated on his final exam. How would you feel? How would you react towards that?
Well, I go to school, and I said, "Why you do that? You know better than that. You know better than that, man. I'm gonna take him home, and I'm gonna correct him. Okay? I'm gonna correct him." I get in the car. I say, "Son, you wanna go get some ice cream?"
I don't
You really
think I
can't
do
do
the same
nothing.
thing.
No, you really can't do nothing because in life there's always a cheat code, a way to get by something.
Except
Yeah.
Even rich people have a way to get by something.
By knowing.
Not by knowing,
Yeah.
by knowing
By money?
by knowing the right person. Hey man.
By knowing.
Hey man, here you go, man.
by having the
Just
right
make me
relationship.
But how can you get to be rich if you're not rich?
That's what you go to school for it, Pablo,
To get a degree.
to get a degree and learn. Learn what?
Learn how to find the resume in your computer.
Yeah, probably.
You wouldn't have been looking under settings.
Maybe in the picture.
That was crazy. I don't even think my phone knows where a resume is.
So have you ever had to use a resume?
Have you ever fill out a
After
resume?
I've never had to do any resume. I've never had to do an application to work. Well, yeah, one time.
And that was at what time?
I mean, that was when I was gonna work in the base, and I put in my application. Well, I mean, I didn't have to do any resume neither because they didn't ask me if I had a previous job. And then ever since I got out of there, I just, hey man, can I get a job? Yeah, man, come in over here tomorrow. Okay.
How much you paying me?
Yeah. And I've been pretty lucky with, getting a job, but I know I couldn't go to the White House and get a job.
Why not?
Because I don't know how to make a resume. I still haven't found it.
Now you need to ask Bitsy.
Bixby?
Bitsy?
Yeah, Bixby. And iPhone has I don't like iPhone.
Siri.
Who?
Siri.
And Amazon got Alexa.
Yeah. And which one's the? There's another one.
The Google Home. Well, but that's still part of Bitsy. What's the name? Bitsy?
But
Bixby.
her name is Google.
Google Home.
Well, there's Google and Bixby.
Which is Bitsy is for just for the Androids. And Google's is more in general.
From like Google Home.
Yeah, Google how you can. Yep. But anyway, so I don't think. I mean, if you were be able to go back in time, and you have the freedom to choose to go to school or learn something that you may like, which one will you choose?
I probably want to learn something I want to do. Because you think about it.
Get it right the first time.
Cause from sixth grade all the way to what?
12.
Senior, which is 12. That's what? 8 years?
From what?
3 and 4.
3,
That's 7.
6, 7.
From freshman
That's
to
12.
senior.
That's 12.
No, you said 6th grade, right?
No. I'm trying to say from first grade.
Oh, okay.
So it will be 12
12 years
That's
plus
12 years
kindergarten.
that you go to school to not even learn how to fill out a W-2 form.
Or do your taxes.
That's why they want you to go to H&R Block and have someone help you, assist you to fill your tax
So they're basically don't prepare you so that you can go to someone
to spend money
that is prepared.
so they can
that
rob
just makes no
you.
sense.
No, the thing in life is, the thing about that is that they learn so many things to do with nothing but a pen.
What do you mean?
They don't know how to do nothing. It's like
Who's that?
the people that
Student.
go to school. People who don't do nothing but go to school. Some people don't know how to change a
So
tire.
like the really smart people. That's what you mean?
I guess so.
Okay.
You think Mark Zuckerberg know how to change a tire?
No, but he can throw the money to
That's right.
someone to change the tire.
Mm-hmm.
But he was smart. He was smarter than his teachers.
Mm-hmm.
Which that's the difference.
Yeah.
He didn't need to pay attention in
Yeah, he
class.
didn't
He
need to
just
pay
needed
attention.
to be there and know what they were talking about.
There's a lot
Yeah,
of
there's
things.
those students. No, there's students that they're not even in school, and they know exactly what the class is like, has been about for the past week.
You know,
And I was there every day, and I'm just like,
How do you know that?
when did they say that?
is that what?
You know?
Probably was the time when you were sleeping.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
why do teachers make you fall asleep?
I know.
Oh, man.
I know.
It's like English class and history were the best
it's
place
like-
to take a nap at.
It's like if we were to.
Especially if after lunch.
Oh yeah, especially if you had like
No, that 8
No.
a.m.
All classes after lunch were the most lazy.
no.
Because you ate. You already,
I had
In the
gym.
you
first
already
one, too.
ate.
I had
and then-
gym.
Oh, yeah, that's a different.
You had what?
Gym. After lunch
PE.
or PE.
Yeah, cause gym is like. I got gym and I don't go to gym. I just pay for the membership. Yeah, but las clases de historia en English. I was in a class, an English class where, which it was the last class of the day. Literally, probably was just 2-3 people awake. During the class, everybody was sleeping, and those 3 people, they were on the phone.
Actually, I had English class last. I think it was freshman. No, it was sophomore year. It was the best class ever. We didn't do anything.
Ah, that's why.
That
We
class
didn't do
was
anything.
easy.
It's about like gym. Best class ever.
You just
Just walk around.
get an A.
And when you go outside, you do whatever. Walk around the track. Play football.
Talk to the guys into the
Do you ever play dodgeball in
No.
PE?
That was fun.
That was fun. That was.
Dodgeball was the best day ever.
until you got hurt or hit in the face.
Well, I never got hurt in the face.
Me either.
What about you, Ruby?
Oh, I didn't either. I got hit in the face with a basketball by playing basketball.
Oh.
Whoa,
That's different.
I
I
got
got
hit.
hit.
I got a bloody nose after that.
No, I got hit up with a baseball on my face.
Oh, the best time was
But that was out of school.
the best
We
time
were trying to
was
play baseball at night.
At night.
whenever there was a substitute too. There was a substitute.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
No, not in my case. We had a
Well,
grouchy
we
band,
had one.
ex-band instructor. He was grouchy and he made us work. Like, he would take his own worksheets to make us work.
Damn.
Yeah.
But what about if you don't do the work? He wasn't gonna fail you anyway.
He would
Exactly.
send me to detention.
But I mean, yeah.
Was behind
but
my voice?
you can act like you're doing the homework, but
You couldn't talk. You couldn't laugh. You couldn't go pee.
Why?
Because he said
Because
so.
he said so.
Somebody's gonna be cleaning the floor.
that would be you.
The
Wouldn't have been
janitor.
me.
He was grouchy.
I know I had a math teacher. I think she was a math teacher, or either way, it was geometry, and it was boring. Like, you know, when we come to TGITW, we're here. Hey, so. You know, she was like, "Good morning. Open your textbook to page 24."
So like a robot.
And it's like she's reading there, and everything she reads, she's copying it on the board.
What the heck?
Like it's on the board. And I'm telling you, she's talking so boring. And it's like the more she talks, the longer the class gets. And it's like you're right there thinking you've been there for about 20 minutes. You got in at 105. And next thing you know, it's 107. You know? It's like, how long is this going to take? But some teachers do.
Some teachers they were cool.
Some teachers are the best.
Some teachers they were cool. I mean, we didn't earn anything, but we have fun.
Yeah. You stay awake, stay active.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what it's all about, you know. Going to school, teaching your students something, and making their day go by fast. Because trust me, when you stay active every day, every time, it's like time goes quickly. You know, time just goes by quickly. It's like you're right here, right now, talking about the next thing you know, it's time to go home.
But there's teachers that I don't understand why they're teachers if they go just to make everybody's life miserable.
I read something one time that it said a good teacher will teach you what they learned, and a bad teacher will teach you, will invent something that's not even in the book, or something like that. So
But I mean, the book, I don't think that the book they're also 100% good or 100% correct. I mean,
they're not updated frequently.
yeah, that's true.
I wonder if they still have books. I know when I went to school, I had books, and it was like that big.
What about the book bag?
It was like
It was like,
No.
broken
And then when we
back.
took one of those home, they were like, what, 3-5 pounds?
Oh man, you know those books were really thick.
Yeah.
And I remember, you know, when you were in school, you would wear a backpack, and you would just, you know,
Make it hang.
you would just let it hang. And, you know, when you walk, it just hang your butt. But there was this guy in class, and I know it was time to go. It was time to go, man. And the books were that thick. As a matter of fact, it was in the mechanics class, I think.
You had books mechanic?
Oh yeah, in the mechanics class. And the books were like thick. I'm telling you, it was thick. This guy stuck 2 books in another boy's backpack.
So you can carry it?
He took it home with him. Next thing you know, he came to class. And I don't remember what he was doing, but he was getting something out of his book bag. And I'm like, has he said anything about it? He's like, no. He took out a book and he's like, what the Me and him busted out laughing. He said, who put this in here? And the dude, he didn't even laugh. He didn't want to.
he was just like,
All he knows was the dude took them thick ass books home.
He never felt it.
And he knew he was heavy. He
But
knew
he
he was
didn't
heavy.
check.
He said he knew he was heavy, but he never checked.
because he never thought about it. Or
He never
typed
opened
it.
his book.
Well,
bag
you know,
and
he
came
did it in the
home.
afternoon. He did it in the afternoon when it was time to go to home.
So that means
Everybody's ready to go back to
Once he
school.
got
Get on the bus,
home.
let's go. You know? And it's like, he never checked it. So the next day he said he looked at the books and they were like that thick. And he was like, what in the world is this? And it was kind of funny to me. I had a pretty good time in school.
Did he ever find out who put his those books in his book bag?
Nah.
What did he done with those books? Did he just leave it there?
He just put him back under the seat because, you know,
Oh,
the
so
seats, the classrooms, you know, you got the
The
seat, and then
chairs
they had a
and the
rack under the seat.
Yeah.
And then, you know, your desk right here.
I mean, I hope that now with all the technology there is, they're not using books. I mean,
I think I
They
heard they're
have
using
ebooks.
tablets.
yeah.
Yeah, most schools are using tablets.
I mean, I think that's a smart thing to go.
They still use books,
I
but
don't know.
not as much.
I don't know because
Hey,
And
look.
now what they're
Also-
doing is printing more of like worksheets or like paragraphs out of the book.
Mm-hmm.
So see, instead of the school ordering 30 sets of books for the classes, they just order one book for the teacher, and the teacher goes to the printer and just prints out like 30 sheets of that one page.
But I mean, if they're using tablets, I think that's a good excuse to. Oh, I forgot my tablet home.
I didn't charge it.
But they're
I didn't charge it.
I lost the charger.
Anybody have a charger?
So they're trying to use electronics, but at the same time, they're still trying to, use the paper.
No.
So
Yeah,
students won't
You know,
have-
most of the kids have iPhones. I think most of the kids have iPhones, and it's like they're using their tablet charger to charge their phone. Where did you charge the tablet? I was charging my phone. I was charging my phone.
My dog ate it.
My dog ate it.
I mean, if you have a rabbit, you know that rabbit eats everything.
I don't
Has
know.
your rabbit ate your charger?
Not yet. We'll go ahead.
But I think that what I heard was they were letting you, like, if you had to take the tablet home, you had to check it out. So
Yeah,
Like-
you will write the
can't always take
number
it with you.
and your name beside it, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
you can't
but-
always take it
But
with you.
still, if I only take it once and I forgot home, because I don't take it normally,
Or you're screwed for the
So
rest
I-
of the day.
that means might as well stay home.
And also, they
With the
have,
tablet.
With the
they
ta-
have-
exactly.
on the tablet, they're starting to have homework on the tablet with internet, so that way, when you get home and there's homework, that needs to be done for that teacher online, you will have internet access through that tablet to do your work. Because back then everybody didn't have internet.
Yeah.
So it's like I couldn't do the work or I couldn't finish writing my essay because I didn't have internet or a printer, or I couldn't send it to you through email because I don't have internet.
But now everybody have Wi-Fi, so I mean, even if
Not
they don't,
I mean,
I don't have Wi-Fi.
There's still that percentage of people that still don't have Wi-Fi or can't afford a hotspot.
I mean, just look at the places that don't even have signal for your phone.
oh well, yeah, that's not.
like me.
So, so like, what happens if your tablet
But what?
has no signal at your house?
Yeah,
No te va a
no.
servir.
You might as well stay at school and finish your homework
No,
and then go
no,
home.
'cause that's a good excuse to say, teacher, I can do that my home. Why? I got no signal in my house. No signal.
Yeah.
And if she doesn't believe
I
you,
can never turn
screenshot
it
it. Take a picture.
But if you're a good student, like you should be, you would stay at school, finish your homework.
Or you go to McDonald's and do the homework.
Or either the teacher just believes you because you're a good student.
Well, if you're gonna go to McDonald's, you're gonna want to buy something.
Oh,
So if you don't have to buy something,
And what makes you think if I don't have internet at home, I have money for
Because
McDonald's?
you don't have $30 to $50 to pay for Wi-Fi, but you got $5 to pay for like a chicken, a soda, and a McFlurry or something, ice cream.
yeah.
So,
But then that means I have to take somebody's time to drive me to McDonald's.
you can ride a bike or ride a horse. You
Right.
can ride a horse.
Hey,
and
but
go-
what if you don't have a horse?
Your dog.
Or a bike.
You
the
take
bunny.
a Dutch
A dog.
Call an
Yeah.
Uber.
Dutch patas.
Oh, you can call
Call
an
an
Uber.
Uber.
What?
Where
If I don't have money to buy
where
me
is
my chicken, what make you think I'm gonna have money to get an
No.
Uber?
If I don't have signal at my house, what makes you think there's going to be an Uber at my house?
You're
We'll
right.
make one.
Just send him a balloon with a note on it. It was actually a note that I saw on the news too about a girl or a lady, an older lady, sent a note on a balloon, like a air balloon, the ones that have helium in it.
Uh huh.
Put a note up there, and it said, to whoever find this, call me. No, it says call me and let me know how far did it made it.
And I give you $100.
No, it made it to like Louisiana or something from Texas, I think, or California.
That would be a good experiment to
So-
do.
But
So
look,
that
but look,
lasts?
but look,
Yeah.
they did it, right? They did it.
I mean,
Look, she did it,
uh huh.
and when the balloon landed in a field, and there was this guy that was working for the state, I guess, doing something in the ditch.
Can of trash?
I guess so, and he found the balloon. So he called him and said, I found your balloon. It's over here in so Louisiana or something, whatever. And she said, where are you from? I'm from Louisiana, so town. And she's like, hey, I was born and raised in that town. Turns out they were brother and sisters, and they've been separated for like 50-something years.
Dang.
I mean, did they know they were brother and sisters?
Yeah, they took a biological thing.
So they didn't
whatever.
know, but then they
They
found
didn't
out
know,
they
and
were-
then they found out.
So once the guy find out the balloon, they start a conversation. And
They started a conversation
One
'cause
thing
you-
went to another until they actually find out.
Yeah,
They were
they
related.
were brothers.
And that's crazy.
And that has happened, because there was this thing long time ago. I think it says 1955, when there was a doctor called a ditch or something. Something.
What?
The what?
His last name was something ditch or something. Or I don't remember. But either way, it was a doctor that he would take, like, perhaps you have a baby, right? And I'm the doctor. And I just tell you your son died. And
Just take one child.
yeah. And then I found this rich couple. They gave me $1,000. They got a baby. And they said, that happened. And it happened.
So the
And
doctor switched the
so
babies.
the doctor just sold the babies for like $1,000.
switched them.
Back in that day, $1,000 was a lot of money.
Yeah. I mean,
And
how would you feel if they
I
did
want to
say-
see my kid. I mean, why wouldn't you want to see
I mean,
your child?
yeah, but what about if they change it, like, because they want to make some extra money?
What I want to know is how was he able to get the baby?
Well, a lot of the times they
Because
can-
now at the hospitals, once the baby's born, the baby stays with you unless there's
Yeah,
something.
but
really
see, they
wrong.
changed so many laws because of that back then. Back then, what would happen was, from what I've heard, I didn't live back in the old days. But when a mother would give birth, they would help her take care of it or clean them up un poco, and then they would a nurse would get them and take them to the nursery, and then they would spend like a whole night there. Meanwhile, the couple or the mother heals and gets her energy, then they will bring it back. So at that point, even there were stories about nurses switching babies at birth.
not
of
putting
the
them in the
same
right
color.
crib.
Yeah, and just switching them. And then the parents never knew because it's like, oh, I just saw my baby 5 minutes after it was born, and then you don't know what the baby looks like. So that's why now they changed the laws where, like, once the baby's born, it cannot leave the mother's side.
And they have to
They put a little sticker, a little wristband or whatever.
But I mean,
They're
if,
tagged.
if they still want to steal the baby, they can exchange the tag.
Yeah, but I mean nowadays they have the tags there already.
Unless they put like a scanner on your skin, that would be different then.
Well, there
Well,
was a video saying that they may be doing that in like the future.
Will you allow you
Actually, I think
baby to have a whatever scanner
people
whatever?
were putting on trial like having a chip where you could have like access to doors and like
I think I heard
access
of
to
a
your
company doing
information.
that.
Yeah.
Like there was a company that as it was hiring people, they wanted to test that. So the people that were being hired had to get a little chip. So that way when they would go to the building, they didn't have to do the whole badge thing or whatever.
You
They
put your
just
wrist.
put that wrist with that chip in your hand, and then you would go in. Y ahí aparece todo your information.
It's
But-
like having a
But
ID.
they were testing it out. They're testing it out to see
But I don't think
si vale la pena.
I don't think
or not.
I will get a job to put that in. I'd rather have an app to my phone. I can just go in there.
mean,
And,
But see, they're trying to include more technology
I mean, Amazon.
that are
Amazon,
gonna be, more in the future.
I mean, you put
Amazon
chips
is doing it.
on pets.
Amazon is doing it.
What?
The technology now, you can go and buy stuff in Amazon Go, and you don't have to just grab and go. That's all what you do. You don't, so pretty much with face recognition and everything, you don't need to get an app on your
but
skin.
see, that's something they just want to try to see, if it works, or if it's just too much of a hassle, and they're just gonna.
If
put
Amazon's
it-
got a face recognition,
Yeah.
I'm buying me a
Because
Mac.
yeah,
Recognize this. I'm taking this. It's like
because
I'm taking that.
for the same reason, face recognition can fail,
Yeah.
and
Not with
then,
Amazon.
and then a lot of people are
But
having.
see, what about if like en la cara que tienes ahorita, you get a lot of stuff under your face, and then you go to have plastic surgery and you remove your face.
You're
To
not
a new
gonna be able
face.
to take nothing. You won't be able to take nothing. Be smart, please.
No, because my dent
This is
will
a
be
show that we
in
have
my
to let
previous
people.
face, but if I have a new face, I can get new shit.
I mean,
Yeah.
if
So
you-
like,
look,
con esta
look.
cara me voy a
Like
robar
a
un
whole new
Lambo.
person, right?
Yeah.
So pretty
She'll
much.
be a new person.
So pretty much, do you agree or you don't agree to get the chip inside in your skin?
I say I would give it a try.
I want, cause right now they can track you with the phone and everything, but you leave the phone and they don't track you. What about if they put a chip on you?
They'll
on
get
you?
and track me forever.
Every time.
Just like they
always.
track pets, which
Oh, and they also wanted to do that, for criminals. Have it so they can track it.
That can be kind of useful, but not for regular people.
so if you're trying to run away from like the cause, which I don't know what we would have.
What was
That
that
one, you
movie?
wouldn't get
You
far.
you
because
just
they're gonna
freaking
be like,
stab it
oh,
out
let
of
me
you.
look up donde está.
But
And
unless te lo sacas.
But
Yeah.
what about if you some no, for example,
You could
if
do
a
that.
guy
You
if
know,
a guy
like-
fall in love
But
with
that's
you, or
gonna
could be
hurt
a
like
real
crap.
stalker. You got a real stalker. You gotta know where you
A
are all the
hacker.
time, or a
Yeah.
hacker.
Yeah, it can hack the system and then track you down. So see, you never know.
So
Just-
that's what I say. I won't do
That's
that.
risky.
It's too risky. It's too risky.
but what about if there's a law that makes us get it? Because I think
No,
they said
They
somewhere.
can't. They can't.
But
Cause
Look,
I've been fighting for
anything
it.
It's
human
gonna
made
be like
can
your
be
ID.
broke.
I'm fighting for Trump and he's
Fighting for what?
So don't tell me about the law.
Can we go back with that replay? I want to hear that again. 'Cause I kind of didn't
Slow
catch it.
motion.
Don't tell me a law
Catch
when
it.
we have somebody that's not capable of being a president.
I'm not gonna go with that. I'm not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about that. We need to leave that alone. But this is gonna be it for tonight. I think that we've had a great time, a great day, a good conversation, and let us know below what you think about the girl that went to school on a horse. I mean, my idea was, well, my thing is that was pretty brave, and again, I applaud you and good job. Be strong and find your ways to be successful in life. You got to find a way to be successful in life. That's the main thing in life. Be successful, and again, have a great night, a great weekend, and enjoy it. Be safe. Drink water responsibly, and enjoy it, because you never know.
You
So,
may miss the bus.
Yeah.
And don't miss the bus. Yeah.
That's right. Well, this is gonna be it for us today, and again, we are Thank God Is
The Weekend. And we see you next Friday.
Bye.
Bye.